Alright, so now I'm going to talk about mastering this overall quote-unquote quick mix. So again, in the last two videos, those are the processes I take to mix. And I also test in different vehicles, like the car, iPhone, TV, earbuds, big headphones, as many vehicles that I can use to test the sounds and everything. I'm going to use them. So, alright, so let's just assume that I got everything taken care of, and now we're going to master. So, usually what I do... So right now, it usually cuts at around -3. I usually put a limiter to keep it at least under 3.1. -3.1. Alright. Sometimes I put a little small gain on this, about 0.5 gain. Give a little before I start the mastering process. So this is to keep it under -3.1. So, alright. If you don't already have this, I'll share this on Retroshare and Hamachi. But what I use to master is Izotope Ozone 5. I basically use all the tools inside this mastering suite. It's a very good tool to have if you want to get into mastering your track. Even with mixing, to be honest, it's a good mixing and mastering tool. So if you don't have it, you should get it. So just saying. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and start with maximizer. I know people don't listen to old man art anyway, so or they take too long to damn take people's advice. So, but anyway, start with the maximizer. Whoops. Got to unmute her. Unmute Kim's vocal. Sorry about that. So, alright, back to the maximizer. Usually I put dithering on MBIT plus. You have this option, type 1 or type 2, but I find that this one gives you a clear dithering filter. So that's what I use. Character, it kind of is your processing smoothness type. So I usually give it around like 3.0 for that, because it's a little faster and a little louder. But you don't want it below that at all, because it starts to break up the maximizer. The mode, IRC is fine if you're using this on single instruments. I like IRC too because it's a little bit more smoother. But there's a little latency on it. So if you're gonna use IRC2, use this on the main master bus. Don't try to use this for single instruments, or you need to compensate for that latency that you have. So margin is pretty much where the cutoff is. I usually leave it at between -2 and -3. Especially for mixtapes, and I keep every song at that level when I master, so the level is the same throughout the whole mixtape. Threshold, it's kind of like a compressor, but it maximizes where it compensates for that threshold that you give. That's what this maximizer does. And since I'm at -3, I usually put it around. I look at where this caps off too. Actually, when it gets below here, you might be a little too far down, because you also want to leave enough room for your equalizer and your exciter and your imager. So I'll probably leave it at like 3.5 for right now. Alright, next I go to the equalizer. And all I equalize is the mid and side frequencies. Mid, I just lower the lower end, which is at 20 hertz. I lower that at like 0.5. So you want to clean some of that unnecessary bass that you can't really hear anyway. Okay, you think you're helping the overall master, but you really aren't. So cut some of that out. So the actual bass that human ears can hear can come through a little more. So same deal with the side area. I usually put this at 200 and sit this down to like 1. Now you want to brighten this up by giving it a little high end, so I'll put this to so you can even hear it. I mean, as soon as I raise it, you heard it a little bit. So, alright, so that's it. That's how you gotta do the equalizer. That's usually all I do. Alright, so the exciter. So what this does, this basically spreads the different frequency areas for you, and instead of lifting them out, it kind of spreads it for you, so it appears to sound as if it was lifted out or lifted up. So tape is usually the best mode to use for your overall master. That's really the standard mode. Really, when you're giving your overall master, I hear that tape is the standard mode to use. So lower end, I usually don't go unless the song really needs it. I usually don't go over like 0.4 for my exciters. And this track doesn't really need too much excitement, I don't think.
Start up the engine. Mic check. It's my turn, you know. I get to going like
and I just let you hear how it sounds when I raise it up. It's spreading it out. You want it to be clear, not loud.
When I drop this, they cop this. The best days are when you spit your best way. Yesterday is still better than the next day. Blessed day, mic with a little bit of vocals. I'm local with the flow. You can own, but I got the game in a truck code. And they see what I'm giving, bringing pain to these niggas. I'm something ugly like a lip with a cold sore. I'm nasty like old bros with no bra on. Fucking 20-year-old sons. Well, I don't know when they moms. Maybe not that bad, but I'm just that bad. See, I'm lyrical math, man, I add to the barrel. I'm sour like patch, and I'm rabbit like magic. I'm moving too fast, but you can't, so I'm like, wow. Sorry if I'm cramping your style, but you the Charlie horse of them all. I'm breaking you down, they really complicated as you're making it sound. I'm concrete, but never made for the ground. I made those sound, yeah. It's your girl B, young fly, telling the shit, what's up?
Alright, so I'm done with that. The imager, basically, it spreads your frequency, but not the same way the exciter does. It spreads the overall sound around the stereo speakers. So that's basically what you're doing. You see how wide this already is? I really don't need to add too much to this. But this is supposed to give you that overall sound like in your car stereo. That's how you're able to hear. That's how the song sounds so wide when you listen to it in the car, because they're adding this imager, this stereo separator. That's basically what it is. So yeah, I don't even think I really need to add this, to be honest. So, and that is pretty much it. So now it comes up to negative 0.2, much louder than before, brighter. That's pretty much it. Man, you just test them. Turn this down. Alright. So yeah, that's pretty much it. What you have to do again is test. Don't rush this. I went through this in probably like 30 minutes or so, but this process never take that long. Never. It can sometimes take up to a week if need be. You should keep at it until it sounds right. I mean, I think I still have work to do with this, but again, I showed you, the necessary steps to take. Practicing the car, stereo, radio, TV, earbuds, all that. Also get other people to listen. Another thing, when you mix, it's also good to wait till the next day to master, or in your mixing process, mix one vocal. Then the next day, listen to that mix and see if there are any impurities, because you want to give your ears, time to rest and everything. Because you have to think about it, man. You're listening to a whole spectrum, a whole frequency spectrum, frequency scale from 20 hertz all the way to 20 kilohertz. Man. That's a lot to focus in on. You turn your ears out just like on your muscles when you go to the gym. And you're also listening at decibel levels. I mean, that's pretty tiring. So you gotta give that time. You gotta give yourself that space to test on multiple days and things like that, and allow your ears to rest in between listens. So that's just my word of advice. If you're gonna be mixing and mastering, it's not a process that you can rush. It's science and math, and just straight listening, man. You gotta listen and allow others to give you some feedback too. So it's my advice, man. Again, hopefully people watch this and apply this to what they normally do. I know everybody has their own type of process that they use, so we'll see. But here it is. Let's see who listens. All right, so peace out. I'll let you later.
Start up the engine. Mic check. It's my turn. I get to going like I'm late for something important. They gotta stand still. My lyrics like liquid in motion. I'm ancient and solar. Well, that mean never no soul in my pen for what I hit it with, like I'm dangerous and bowling. Claiming they own it. So when they say they got the whole rap game locked, shit, I'm looking for the locksmith. Pop locks quick, then pop shit. No pop shit, hip hop spit. When I drop this, they cut this. The best days are when you spit your best way. And yesterday is still better than the next day. Blessed day, Mike, with a little bit of vocals.